Alrighty. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We have a whole crew here this morning, and it makes me really excited.
Well, it's so fun. This actually might be the most guests that we've ever had at one time.
It makes me happy.
Y'all get the award.
Love that.
Yeah. And I think it totally fits in with your theme because we are kind of like a girls' club here this morning, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Love it. So, MC, would you like to introduce our lovely guests?
Absolutely. So, guys, we are joined this morning by Polly, Aspen, Summer, and Madison, who are the team behind the Crystal Coast Girls Club.
So exciting.
I know. It's so cool. So if you've not heard of this concept before, and I'm going to pass it off to you guys in just a moment. But as I understand it, it's essentially just something that is all about being inclusive and fostering connection and friendship between women. And this is something where you guys are creating opportunities for local women to do just that, right? Y'all are having these different events. You just had your first ticketed event, which I understand was a huge success. I know. I've saw some pictures. Holy moly, you guys, you've got to still be exhausted. So tell us a little bit about kind of, what is the heart behind this and what have you guys loved about getting it off the ground?
Yeah, so I guess it really is just a social club. People kind of have been asking us what are y'all getting from this? And it's really just like the true, I think, genuine feeling that we are helping girls foster friendships in the area. And I say girls because we were kind of trying to gear it towards like the younger community, but I mean, I don't really want to put like an age set limit on it because we've had anywhere from 19, 20 to in people early 40s. So it's really a broad age spectrum and different, everyone from different walks of life. And we really just want to promote the social aspect of it and like local community and businesses and everything that goes along with that.
Love it. It's people seeking community. It's people who want to meet other women in the area and hang out in a casual and sometimes Bridgerton themed way.
I know. So tell us I want to talk about your first ticketed event, but before that, you guys had just kind of gatherings, is that right? That weren't necessarily ticketed. They weren't maybe, I'm sure they were not quite as over the top as this event that you guys recently had.
Yeah, so we didn't really know what to expect. We kind of Summer and I met through my spray tanning business, and then she asked me to help her with this. And then Polly and Aspen were already friends of Summer's, and we kind of came together and were like, let's do this. Our first event we did in Emerald Isle because we kind of want to go back and forth on each end of the county. I think we had like 60 girls, and we were like, oh my gosh, they keep coming through the door. All these people keep coming through the door. And then we had our second one at Reed's at the wine bar. I think we had another like 60 or 70 girls. So when we did a ticketed event, we just didn't really even know what to expect.
Sure.
Right.
And it was so crazy because when we were in Emerald Isle, we were at bar 1957, and we had more people kind of like this end of the county. And then when we went down towards Moorhead, it was like we try and figure out who's been and who hasn't been before. So our second event was like completely different people that we were reaching on that end of the county. So it was really interesting to see that.
So if people, for those events, the ones at Reed's and 1957 and everything, can people just follow along on your social media and they can just show up, or is it something that they register for? And I know those aren't ticketed, but can they just show up?
How does that work? You just pop by?
Yes. So we post on our social media and it says the date and everything, location, and people have been asking that, they'll message us and say, how do we become a member? And it's just simply that you show up to the events. The ticketed ones will post ahead of time, and you purchase a ticket, or we'll have directions exactly how they need to go along with that. But for the ones that are just simply a location and where you need to go, you just show up and have fun.
That's so cool.
I know, it's really neat.
Really smart concept. And speaking of social media, Aspen, I think that you guys do such a good job at, promoting your events and things that are upcoming, but you also support local businesses and share over on your stories, things that are happening, in other places in the community. And I think that's so important, and why I feel like I see your stuff everywhere. Like I feel like you've grown so much, and that's why so many people are showing up, because you see that, or you give that same support to other people, and then they just give it right back. So I think that's a huge part of it too, and something y'all kill it.
Yeah, and I kind of think building off of that, I mean, just the support alone from the local businesses in this community. I mean, the girls obviously have been amazing, but businesses are reaching out to us saying, how can we help? Can we host? Can we donate? I mean, we have door prizes at each event from local businesses, and it's been overwhelming the amount of people that have offered.
That's
So,
really
I
cool.
think we all knew that we live in a great community that, wants to promote everyone around them, but just actually experience it firsthand through this has been just phenomenal.
And
That's so
summer's been like, we have people that want to donate in July, but I'm having to tell them to wait till August because we already have so many for July.
That's awesome.
What a great problem to have. That's
Sweet.
absolutely
I
amazing.
know.
So, Polly, what I'd love to know is, can you tell us about y'all's ticketed event? Because as I understand, it was at your family's venue at Farm 58. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. So it was at Farm 58 Wedding and Events venue in Pelletier, which, if people do not know where that is, it's very close to Cape Carteret. So it's towards this end of the county. And we were anticipating for 50-ish girls to show up and buy tickets prior to. And that quickly changed within like 3 days. I was on my way to a bachelorette trip and my phone was blowing up like, we have 60 girls now, we have 75, now we have 100. And we were very overwhelmed with the amount of support that we got for that event. But yeah, so luckily we did have it at my parents' event venue. So we were able to go in there for hours the week of and set up all the decor, all the tables, chairs. We ended up doing some of the food ourselves. So we had to get all the plateware, all the good stuff. So it was a lovely event. And I mean, I still hear people talking about it, posting pictures and all the good stuff. So it was
so cute.
very successful.
Really cool. And it was Bridgerton theme, right?
Yes, yes.
So fun. Oh my God, that's so fun.
And you guys I saw that Zena was there with Not a Second Thought. What other types of activities did you guys have there? Because it looked so bustling.
So we also had a clothing swap, which was kind of like a trial run. So, people brought a few items and you could, lay them out and switch out with other girls. Because one of our first or second events, we were talking about how well dressed everyone was. We were like, oh my gosh, these girlies just know how to rock it. And so we brought that and we were like, let's try it and see how it works. And I mean, it worked really well. Whatever was left, we just donated to a local group. And then what else? We had balloon arch by Nisi Balloons. Was that what it was, Madison?
Yes, Adam Newbern.
And then we did the charcuterie was done by I forget her name.
Shore and Board. Ashley Allen did our charcuterie table.
Love.
It was great.
And then Jenna with Crystal Coast Injectors was there. And then
We also had a photographer.
Mhm.
yes.
Those photos were cute. Wow.
Yes.
You guys, I mean, y'all, okay, so you guys, so I think everyone's homework assignment is that you need to follow you guys on social media, right?
Yes.
And
You're a
then
woman.
y'all, I know y'all are still pulling together. We're going to post below the details for y'all's event in August that's going to be coming up. And then do you have another ticketed event and on the horizon? I feel like you probably need a lot of naps between now and then, but do you have something that you're looking at for that?
I think our plan is to do something quarterly,
Yeah.
I think, because we need to sleep in between them.
Yes.
But I think we're looking at maybe like fall or Christmas time to do some sort of ticketed event, and maybe even on this end of the county, maybe Beaufort, something like that is kind of what we're thinking.
And speaking of sleeping in between events, this is not y'all's full-time job. So can you
Right.
guys each kind of share what
Yes.
you do aside from Crystal Coast Girls Club?
Yes. I first and foremost, I'm an ICU nurse. I work at Camp Lejeune at the Naval Hospital. And then I also have a permanent jewelry company called Infinite Summer Jewelry with my best friend Summer, who is also a nurse. So we do that on the side. And that's kind of how this all came about. Is one of my friends had mentioned the Wilmington Girls Club event and was like, hey, you guys should look into doing that with your, jewelry business. And we were like, huh. And then I said, well, why don't we just start this in our area?
Love it.
So that's kind of why I reached out to Madison, because I knew her through Crystal Coast Glow, her spray tan business. I'll let her kind of chat on that. but
So cool. That's so cool. And Madison, I know we know all about Crystal Coast Club.
Yes.
Madison has come right here into this house and popped her tent up, sprayed me. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yes. So I have my spray tanning business, and then I also work full time in marine marketing for Gregory Pool Marine.
So cool. You guys
I
are
know
busy.
you guys are so busy. That's exactly right.
Aspen and Polly, what about y'all?
I am an elementary school teacher here in Cape Carteret. And so that's how I kind of got roped into this because my sister Summer said, "You're off in the summer." So here we go.
Here we go, girl.
I'll
That's
keep you
exactly
busy.
right.
I
Aspen, what
always
grade do you
root
teach?
for- and
Second grade.
Second grade. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you've got your hands full. Okay, and
Yeah.
Polly, how about you?
So I actually am starting to take over my parents' wedding venue. So I'm in the process of learning all the things as the venue manager, as well as we're starting to offer wedding coordinating services. So
Wow.
Oh, that's so
that-
fun.
yes, it is. It's very rewarding because I mainly work with my siblings, with my family. So it has its pros and cons, but more. And then I actually just started working as well with Jillian Farrington's social media company,
Cool.
sales marketing agency, and I have
Great job.
really enjoyed that. So
Well, y'all,
yeah, staying busy.
y'all
You
are
I know.
busy peeps.
And we'll put links to everybody's stuff underneath here. And then guys, I know before we let y'all go, could y'all quickly go around and just tell us one thing that is saving your life right now?
I would say these three girls, because I feel like we've all become really good friends, and like our group chat is what probably gets us through a lot of days now.
That's
Aw.
so
We're
sweet.
figuring this out.
Love it.
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say my dogs, but then Madison made me feel like
That's
a
okay.
little more. But I mean, on top of that, I think just this group in general, because one of the reasons I at first I was like, no, we're all too busy. And as like Aspen said, I roped her in because she's my sister, and then Polly's basically my sister too, and she's a younger dynamic. So I was like, let's bring it in. And Madison, I knew was like known around the county with her business. And anyway, I forgot where I was going with that, but
I love that.
And your dog.
Tell what's saving your life right now. Your dog.
yeah.
Community.
So
Yeah.
I guess I was saying that I kept meeting people that were like, how do you make friends here? And so I think just making friends and bringing that other people around has been my savior right
That's
now.
a big deal. That's a big deal. How about you, Aspen?
I'm gonna have to go with the summer off.
Oh,
Yay.
But it's quickly coming to an end.
That's such a good one.
Well, thank you for all you do.
No kidding, Aspen. How about you, Polly? What's saving your life right now?
I would say family and friends for sure. I feel like I always look forward to spending time with either of them, and it's good to have space, but I love that I can just call one of my family members or friends and talk on the phone for hours, and life's crazy always, so it's nice to have people you can rely on.
That's really
Absolutely.
good. That's
Well,
good.
y'all, thank you so much. Thank you for putting this together and all of this hard work you guys do
No
on
kidding.
top of your already busy schedules, because you're creating this space for women in our community who can gather in a very cool environment, and you're supporting small businesses at the same time. So that's awesome.
I know. Way to go, you guys. Thank y'all for being with us.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye, Addison.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
What a
that was
cool
so
concept.
cute. I know. It was a really cool concept.
Also, the fact that I just can never get over how grateful I am for people who do this on top of,
I know.
like-
Having a side hustle.
yes.
Or two.
Yeah, that's a big old side hustle
That is
right
a big
there.
one. That's a huge one.
Yeah, lucky.
Okay, so what's saving your life?
Oh man, I don't know if I prepared for this one.
Okay, well, I know. Do you want me to tell you mine?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. So reading. I just recently finished 2 books. Are you ready? One of them is Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult.
Ooh.
I love Jodi Picoult. I
Yeah.
kind of forgot about her
Yeah.
a little bit. I mean, I read several things and then I put it down for a while. Mad Honey. Wow. Wow.
Good one. Okay.
And then the other one is The Scent Keeper. Scent.
Like smell.
The Scent Keeper. You guys. I mean, I was looking to see what was on my
But
desk,
what's
but
the
it's not.
scent? Without giving it away, like, is it?
So it's basically a story. It has to do a lot with scent. It has to do with this little girl who's raised by her dad, who is kind of obsessed with smells, and she is too. And it's all about how a smell is a memory.
Oh wow.
It's good.
Okay, I'm advocating for MC Book Club because you have read some good books lately.
Well, thank you.
And always.
And both of
It's
those are
very
not
important.
like necessarily like set your world on fire literature.
Yeah.
But they're also not, they're really well written, great, just interesting concepts. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
love
highly
it.
recommend both.
I love
Yes. Okay. How about you?
it. Mine's on the opposite spectrum.
Okay, great.
It's a Netflix show that we just started
Ooh.
called, well, it's Hulu. It's called The Bear. Have you heard of it?
Oh,
With
have
Jeremy
I
Allen White.
heard of it?
Okay.
I've been told I can't handle it. You know, I get real stressed.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
However, the thing that's saving my life, not necessarily the show, although I'm really enjoying it, it's my husband, whenever I'm cooking in the kitchen and he's doing something in the kitchen, he'll say behind or like,
Oh my gosh.
like
Oh my
it is
gosh.
the
Oh my
funniest thing I have ever witnessed.
I love
He's,
that.
he's very much embracing
He's
the bear.
the bear culture.
Yeah.
Also, it must be said that the guy who stars in The Bear is now an underwear model.
Yes. Did you see Shameless too?
No.
He's he's scantily clad.
Scantily clad.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. I think on that note, we should say happy Friday. Thank you.